Hello, everybody. We're back. Today I wanted to test a few more things with the Anubis. Had a discussion with somebody earlier about general fits and things on the Anubis and what it was really made for. And the individual I spoke with really, really wanted to hammer home that the Anubis is a long-range ship, just like the Barghest. And so I wanted to go and use that fit, see how that goes. Um, Using the current fit without the sniper module active, you've got 185 kilometers range on large missiles with pretty good application. 140 meters a second over 155. The problem comes with that fit once you start actually using the sniper module. Yes, you'll have better application, and you'll be able to go up to 225 kilometers on my fit. I've seen upwards of 260 or 280. Um, and you lose almost all of your DPS. You go down by quite a bit when you're using that. There is a benefit to having that kind of range. With that kind of range, you've got the ability to sit outside of AI lock ranges. So 250 kilometers is what you need to be past or away from an AI ship to stop it from being able to target you. So I do see the benefit there. It'll allow you to run missions that you previously really couldn't do. It also allows you to apply higher amounts of application. But by being even at the range that I'm at, 180 kilometers on this thing, if you're at that range, your target painters cannot target that far, unless you want to choose a general unit for your implant. Where are we at? Target painter is what I need. Target painter. I believe it was this one here, which will give you extra optimal and fall off range, but it pretty much takes away your target painter benefits that the Anubis has. 30% on top of 49 and 69 is still not enough to benefit from the target painters at 180 kilometers. So if you're using this ship, you're gonna have to accept that you're only gonna be able to use these things on a very, very fast ship that can close that distance in a short amount of time to get any benefit out of the target painters past 115 kilometers. At 115 kilometers on my current fit, I'm getting 50% of the bonus that you see here. So instead of 48%, I would be at 24% signature adjustment. And that's just not very good. And with the second one being on the same ship, you'll have only like 18 or 20%. I think it's like 18 or 17%. After that 50% reduction and the reduction from the target painter already being on it. So we're gonna run it. We're gonna see what we can do. and I will show off the kind of DPS you'll get out of the sniper module and the range that you'll get out of that. And I just want to put it up against the rapid missiles, which do not need these target painters at all. They already fully apply their damage with 106 meters a second and 96 meter explosion radius. So those will just be going as hard as they can. And I'm going to choose to not activate any of these bonuses for a little bit. And then we'll do some activations and see how it'll benefit. And the third fit we're gonna run here is the large torpedoes. In a more standard brawl fit. And we'll just see how that competes as well with these other two options. So let's go ahead and go to perimeter. We're going to do this a little different from last time with the Raven Navy versus the Anubis. We're going to try to have the same mission on all three characters, but we're not going to spend so much time like jumping between systems or missions or whatever. If we're pretty much going to sit here and determine that whichever one clears the fastest will be the most efficient for high sec. And I already know that the large missile ranged kiting fit is going to end up being superior in nullsec if you're looking to solo missions that you wouldn't do as a grinding brawling ship.
Destination reached. Destination reached.
Let's see what we've got here. Gonna have to reset to get some missions. Okay, let's see here. We've got marketing strategy. Okay, security threat, security threat, security threat. Purging, transstellar. Okay, so I need to look for purging or transstellar. There is a lab in foreign, so we'll show that off with the kite fit and how that would work. Okay. We don't have any other missions to show off that are the same across all three characters. I do want to grab Transstellar from these two. And that should be... Well, I guess we can compare project on those two. Okay. That's quite a few missions here. It should really give us a idea of the differences between these three ships and how they'll perform. Okay, so let's have a look here. Go to foreign, go to foreign, and go to foreign.
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot engaged. Autopilot engaged.
One of the other problems that I have
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
with the long range Anubis is the travel time of missiles can significantly increase how much time you're actually spending in a mission, and you can actually lose a lot of DPS because the travel time can be longer than your reload time, so you'll fire off 2 missiles before the first one even hits the target and kills it. But we'll see how the Anubis acts in that regard. I wanna see that.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Destination reached. Destination reached. Destination reached.
So we'll go ahead and do, I believe it was marketing strategy. Is there anything else that's more similar? Project Serpent? No. Security threat? 21, 18, and 22? Yeah, that's better. So this one will warp to 100, the other two will just be a straight warp in.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
I'm gonna do the first mission with just staying at 100 kilometers. And then when we go to the lab, I'll show off the sniper module. Alright. Everybody's here. Go ahead and turn everything on.
We're under attack. 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 We're under attack.
Just want to make sure my auto orbit is on for these two. And I need to turn off the auto orbit on this one. You can see it's still doing quite well. And I do like that the application on the Sniper Fit is as good as it is.
Enemy ships detected.
The rapids have actually cleared out the first wave of the anomaly very quickly.
Enemy ships detected. Enemy
Okay.
ships detected.
The torpedoes and the
We're under
large
attack.
missiles
We're
sniping
under
fit
attack.
have
We're
gotten to
under
the same
attack. We're under attack.
point.
We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled.
And here's where we're going to start seeing the difference in the large missiles and the torpedoes, I believe.
We're being warp scrambled.
The Rapid is just doing what Rapids do. They're still really good. They clear out small enemies extraordinarily well.
We're being warp scrambled.
And the Rapids are still hammering away. No problem there. The Rapids have
Enemy ships
completed their
detected. We're under attack.
anomaly. And we're probably going to see... Okay,
Enemy ships
the
detected.
torpedoes have finished the second wave.
Enemy
The
ships detected.
large
We're
has
under attack.
finished the second wave.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
One of the issues the torpedoes are having here is the sensor dampener. No? No sensor dampener. Okay. They just spawned a little further away. Okay, Rapids are still doing what Rapids do. They clear out small ships extremely well. And here we see the launch missiles actually being better on this wave than the torpedoes. Okay, the Rapids have completed the mission. And the torpedoes and the large missiles are not too far behind. The launch missiles are going to complete the mission first. And then the torpedoes are about 9 seconds behind unless the application just doesn't apply. There we are. So that was interesting. Let's see what we can do on the next one. Let's see. Do we have a different one that'll work? Transstellar. Nope. Alright, marketing strategy is the next one that they all have. I'm going to start this one because it is the furthest away. Now I'm going to start this one.
Warp drive active. Warp
And
drive
now I'm going to
active.
start this one. We're going to try to lock everything at the same time. I might be a little bit off on my timings.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Okay. As soon as this one comes up, I'll
We're
lock
under
everything.
attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Right? There they all go. They're going to do their things.
We're under attack. We're under
And
attack.
I like that the Anubis travel time is not bad for missiles. So that's really good. Rapids have already cleared it out. And so this is one of the reasons why rapid missiles are just so dominant in so many things. They one-shot small ships, and they still do excellent damage to some, like, medium and large-sized ships. You can see here the large missiles have caught up to the torpedoes.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Okay.
We're under attack.
It's hard to keep track of what wave everything is on. But this is what I would expect from the large missiles. Each fit on these ships is relevant to what the ship would want with that missile, with that particular weapon system. So the thing that's holding back the torpedoes is their reload time. I mean, 9.29 seconds is really bad for the extra damage that you get on larger ships. And I really do think that large missiles are the better option between torpedoes and large missiles.
We're under attack.
I don't think I would choose torpedoes over the large missiles in any capacity,
We're under attack.
unless you were hunting capital ships.
We're under attack.
I think the flexibility of the large missiles really benefits them. It'll allow you to do the sniper fit or the brawl fit
We're under attack.
without having any major issues to worry about. The nice thing about the sniper fit is you don't have to worry about a shield booster or anything, because you can just run one of these group boosters to heal yourself. And even that you may not have to run if you're running the 180 kilometers or 225 plus. The torpedoes certainly will do better in a scenario with more large ships in the area. And here we're down to the last battlecruiser here. The only advantage we're gonna get here is weird reload time and lock time stuff. I'm gonna set this next one here. I'll let it align first, and then I'll hit warp now.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
And hopefully they'll get there about the same time. Once I hit lock, and that's when we'll start. And we'll just watch the torpedoes and the large missile sniping fit for a little bit.
We're under attack.
Okay, it's landed. We're gonna lock.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Like I said, the application on the large missiles is really good when you have two of these guidance computers.
We're under attack.
But you lose the activation time that you would want. At this 121 kilometer range, we're only actually applying about 30% overall or less signature radius adjustment. And the ship is still doing just fine. And ultimately, what this comes down to, if you're running it at the 100 kilometer range like I am here, it comes down to skills, and it comes down to what ships are on the field.
Enemy ships detected.
If there are more large ships on the field,
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
you're gonna find that the torpedoes
We're
will
under
generally
attack.
do the mission faster,
We're under attack.
whereas if there are more small ships on the field, the large missiles will
We're under
complete
attack.
the missions faster. Both bits do absolutely fine in terms of clear time. And if you want to just completely ignore all of the bonuses that you get out of this ship and go full on DPS brawl, the rapids are significantly faster than these two in terms of clear time. I mean, we're talking anywhere between a 20-second lead all the way up to almost a minute lead in terms of clear time on these missions with the rapids. The rapids also have the benefit of being the in-between in terms of the range that you get. You can see here 185 kilometers for the largest, the 60-kilometer range for the rapid, and 34-kilometer range for the torpedoes.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships
The
detected.
torpedoes have just finished their the second wave and are now on the last wave. The large missiles have been on that last wave.
We're under attack.
So for me personally, I would rather run the large missiles in a brawling capacity with the option of staying at range. And in this case, the launch missile's range fit has completed its mission before the torpedoes. Yeah, I would very much personally run the launch missiles over the torpedoes for running missions. Let me go ahead and dock in Gina real quick.
Autopilot
And
engaged. Warp drive active.
I want to run that ruined lab. No. Yeah. The Transstellar. Nope. No. Okay. Yeah, I want to run that ruined lab. And I kind of want to show what it's like to run a lab with the sniper
Autopilot
fit.
engaged.
I don't have any way to compare the two. So you'll just have to see what it's like. So we're gonna warp in at 100. We're gonna turn in any direction,
Warp drive active.
and we're gonna burn out to
Warp drive active.
220, or at least 200 kilometers from the enemies. Okay. We're just
under
gonna
attack.
approach this.
drive active.
We're under attack.
Warp drive active.
So with the sniper module, you will actually have perfect application. However, you now have a 14.6 second reload, but you can go all the way out to 225 kilometers. How you doing, Azim? Azim? How do you pronounce that? And we're just gonna continue burning out. I believe this actually slows you down, so let me turn that off real quick,
Warp drive active.
because we'll be fine all the way out to 180.
Warp drive active.
The Anubis is a very, very fast ship. If you fit this thing with a micro warp drive and a bunch of inertia related stuff, like you would on a Nestor, I'm sure you can get this thing upwards of like 2,000 kilometers or
Guest
meters per
docking
second.
request accepted.
Where are we at from that lab? 149, 151.
Warp drive active.
161. And at this point, I have to turn that off and turn that on. And we'll drift out to the 180 plus kilometer range. At this range, you are only going to apply.
Guest docking request accepted.
Hey, congrats, man. At this range, you're only going to be applying, like 10% or 15% overall signature adjustment between these two target painters. But you can see it's just a completely safe way to run this mission. There's nothing that you're going to have to worry with, and that is one of the major benefits of the sniper fit. You can run missions that you normally wouldn't be able to run with a brawl fit. It will slow you down, and your bounty ticks will not be as great, but it's there. To show you kind of the bounty ticks that we were able to put up, because the Rapids did not have another mission to do when we were running this, they were able to complete a 9 million bounty. The large were able to complete a 12 million bounty, and the torpedoes were able to complete an 11.6 million bounty in the same time that they were running together. There is a little bit of difference because of the distance of the anomalies, so overall, the large missiles are the better option. So at least that confirms what I had
Enemy ships detected.
assumed the other day after doing our tests
We're
on
under
the
attack.
Raven versus
We're under attack.
Anubis. But something I did not expect was the rapids to be so dominant in clear time. The clear time of the rapids, while not needing the target painters at all, was insane. It was like 30 seconds faster than either fit. Up here on the Anubis, on my right side, I have those rapids fitted. It was actually very surprising. I do want to do a test, with the Anubis Rapids versus the, uh, Raven Navy Rapids. You can see just how, mindless, I guess you want to say, the ranged fit is. And I would suggest that if you're running this sniper module, only run it when you have ships that are outside of that 180-kilometer range, 185-kilometer range. That way you always have that clear time helping you. That 9-second activation, 10-second activation. Running missions like this, the only time you'll ever need that extra explosion velocity from the special module here, the sniper module, which provides a 25% explosion velocity. The only time you'll ever need that is on elite ships in low sec and null sec missions. That way you can make sure that you are actually applying the most amount of damage you can to those elite ships, since they do move quite quickly. Alright, see ya, Azim. Have a good one. So I just want to activate one of each of these and show the fit with what it's outputting. Here we'll see 5,350 DPS with one of each module activated. The application does not really matter, I guess. Yeah, 184 meters a second down with 112. Um, yeah, there's really not much to say after this. I think if you want to run a more brawl-styled fit for running standard missions, and then and then swap over into a lab where you're not gonna have to worry so much, I would fit it like this bottom left Anubis, where you'll have the large missiles doing their thing. You'll have the sniper module as an option if you want to be further away. And while you're running standard missions, you can still have the tank and the extra application. Or if you have one that's particularly dangerous, you can stay at range just like this Anubis in the top left. The drones will literally do nothing for you other than maybe help you from a fast elite ship if you're sitting there in a brawling capacity.
Enemy ships detected.
We're now on wave 3.
We're under attack.
You can see those ships actually spawn a little bit outside of the range of the missiles. With a little bit better skills, you would be fine here. Let me just show off the skills that I'm using for this, and I do need more skills. Missiles. So you'll see here I have 555 on all of the basic missile skills. And then I have 400 for precision guidance. I have 400 for target navigation. I have 440 on missile bombardment, so I can have that extra damage. I have 0 on missile projection, which would help me with that range. And I have 0 on the missile propulsion, which would also help me with the range of these missiles. So the ship is extraordinarily flexible, and once you have all of the skills for missiles, you really don't have to have as many modules put into application as you would in my scenario. You could drop one of these target painters, or not target painters, you can drop one of these guidance computers for another ballistic control system so you have that better activation time and damage, which means you might have a chance at one-shotting the ships that you're up against. Like that cruiser would probably have died with a little bit better skills. I think the last major thing I want to test, the last major thing I really want to test is the Anubis Rapids versus the Raven Navy Rapids. Um, because I did find it very surprising at the application of them and how quickly they made it through. Hello, hello, how you doing? We were testing out various bits on the Anubis, and right now we're just looking at a full range fit Anubis. And it does quite well. The when anything is below 185 kilometers for me, um, I actually have, what is it, 4,680 DPS. Um, and we're applying damage completely. When they're above that 185 kilometer range, I do have to use the sniper module, which slows down clear times. But it does allow you to run much harder missions than you would do if you were soloing in a brawl fit. The torpedoes on this thing are not great. Just the application just isn't quite there for the torpedoes. And I was very surprised at the clear time of the rapids. So the next thing I'll be trying to test is the Anubis with rapids versus a Raven Navy with rapids. So hopefully we'll see an improvement there. Because I swapped ships on the Raven Navy from the Anubis to the Raven Navy, I have to reapply my thermal buff.
Docking request accepted.
And that's the difference you're gonna get with rapids on an Anubis versus rapids on a Raven Navy. It's quite a bit. So I really don't know how it's going to do, but I'm excited to find out. I already know that the large missiles in a brawl style fit um, finishes about 10 to 15 seconds slower than this Raven Navy.
Enemy ships
Okay, this is
detected.
wave 4 for this ship. They're all about 180, so it's fine. We can let this do its thing.
We're under attack.
Actually, I wonder what these missiles are doing with that guidance disruption. Doesn't really seem like the guidance disruptors are affecting the ship right now because they're way too far. Mm, There's my drone just flying around, doing what drones do.
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot engaged. Undocking. Undocking.
Once we finish up this lab, we'll go ahead and test out the
Warp drive
rapids on the
Warp drive
Anubis versus the RNI, Raven Navy issue.
We're being warp scrambled.
You see here, my drones are actually starting to target the faster ships that got to me, but there's no danger in this at all.
Destination reached. Destination reached.
Purging. That's a good combination. Transstellar. And security threat if we have it. Nope. Okay. So it'll come down to which ship can complete both of these missions the quickest to determine which ship the Rapids are good on.
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
If you like a little bit more active gameplay, you can try to target the smaller ships first to clear the grid.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Lots of battleships to get through. You can see I just haven't taken a single bit of damage running this bit. It really is just the easiest fit to use for clearing harder missions.
Destination reached.
This was the high-sec 5 million-isk mission that we're doing here. Very similar to the 5.5 million-isk mission, except for the fact that the cyan does not spawn in high-sec in the 5 million. It will only spawn in the 5.5 million, and there's only a chance of that happening. Let me check my implant real quick, make sure I've still got everything. I do. This ranged fit would also do extraordinarily well with the current event Waste Seeker anomalies. It would be very hard for the Waste Seekers to even get to you before they were dispatched. So there's a lot of benefits to having the extreme range of the large missiles, but I don't think you need to be so far away that they're not targeting you. The Anubis does just fine in a brawl capacity, and we'll show that off in a moment here. I don't know. What do you guys think is the most optimum fit for running missions? Is it the brawl? Is it the range? Up to you. Okay, this is now the last wave. You can see just how long this takes.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Gonna have to run thing. Let's go ahead and just go to our ship, finish that mission.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Nope, I still need that on. There we go. We're in it to win it. Go ahead and start clearing things out here.
We're under attack. 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 We're under attack.
You can already see the insane difference between large missiles and rapid missiles.
We're under attack.
Rapids just clear so quickly because of their activation time. I mean, 4.2 seconds is insane. And they always apply their maximum damage when you're in a mission like this. If you were against PvP players, I don't know enough about it to know which system would work best. The Anubis is tanking pretty hard. But it seems to be doing just fine. Once we're down to 7 enemies, we'll have everything locked up and you won't have to listen to that noise again.
Warp drive active.
And there you go. I'm going to send this one back to Gina,
Autopilot engaged.
and I'll call that a success.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Here we'll get to see
Warp
the
drive active.
Anubis Rapids versus the Raven Navy Rapids.
Warp drive
It was a
active.
close race when the Anubis was running large missiles. However, it was a bit slower. Let's
We're
see what
under
happens
attack.
here.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Okay, they're clearing away.
Warp drive active.
The Raven Navy should have the better lock time. But the Anubis has the better reload time. Less damage, but it's got an extra turret.
Warp drive active.
They cleared at the same time.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Destinate docking request accepted.
And it's such a close race. Oh, the Raven won that one.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Just to show you, I am not running the siege module or
We're
the
under attack.
sniper module. Let's see if that .2 0.24-second activation time saves it. Okay, the Raven has won that one by an extreme margin, I will say.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Not quite right on that timing. Gotta get him to land and lock.
Attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
It's gonna be a tight finish.
Enemy ships detected. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. 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 We're being warp scrambled.
Nope, the Raven, pulls ahead. Interesting.
Enemy ships
Last wave for the
detected.
Raven. Hmm.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
So the Raven still reigns supreme in that regard. Even though it landed later, it had less of a head start than the Anubis, which had a major head start in terms of locking enemies. The Raven Navy still won with Rapids. Alright.
Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active.
Even though I like the Rapids for how quickly they clear missions, I just do not think that it is the right weapon system to use on the Anubis. I think he'd be much better off using the large missiles with better application.
Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active.
Alrighty, everybody. The last thing I'm gonna test is gonna be this Anubis versus that Raven Navy. So we're looking at a 10.5-second activation time versus a 4.48 activation time. The only benefit that the large missiles are going to have over that Raven Navy is they're going to be able to hit much larger numbers, but the Raven Navy will make up those numbers in terms of how quickly it can fire off shots and do what it needs to.
Autopilot disabled. Destination reached. Autopilot engaged. Undocking. Warp drive active. Autopilot engaged. Warp drive active.
Gonna have to wait a little bit for
Destination reached.
the reset.
Warp drive active.
Okay, marketing. And that'll be the one we do.
Autopilot engaged. Docking request accepted. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, drones have been really good for DPS. Kind of makes me want to have that dominance navy again.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
So I'm working on my last test here. So this is the new fit for the Anubis, which will give you pretty much perfect application and the option of extreme range if you were wanting to do it. It'll allow you to run like labs without having to do anything other than just sit there. And I want to consider that fit versus the Raven Navy.
Destination reached.
And we're going to test that with whoever can finish this mission
Warp drive active.
after I hit the lock on at the same time. Right? Should be in just a moment here. The Raven should have the upper hand for locking.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
And we'll just see who can outmaneuver. Yeah, no, if you're running even a couple of reds, I mean, you're pretty much at like 80% resistance across the board. It's insane how tanky, like, the Raven Navy and most of the Navy ships are. Okay, I can already tell that, this bit is not gonna compete with the Raven.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, I think the Anubis
We're
is a
under
great
attack.
ship.
We're under attack.
But it needs to be able to use higher DPS, which means I'd rather have like 2 or 3 of these damage mods. So it can try to keep up. I think if you're looking for a mission grinding ship, either one will do just fine. I think the Anubis has more flexibility in terms of what it can do. Because of that 185-kilometer range, being out that far means you can pretty much run any mission in the game
We're under
and not be, like, targeted or whatever. You have the option of being even further range with the sniper module.
We're being warp scrambled.
I think just, in the end, go with what you enjoy. If you like looking at the Anubis, fly the Anubis. There's no need to be ultra-isk competitive.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled.
Yep. Raven is still incredibly
Autopilot engaged.
overpowering in all aspects. I really don't think there's a need to run this many guidance computers, especially since we're applying this Republic Fleet target painter. I'd rather at least have 2 more damage mods. Or at least 1 more damage mod. Because 125 over 181, that can be fixed with the target painter. Which would put you at still a 2-second,
Warp drive
10.5
active.
second reload.
Autopilot engaged.
Is there anything in particular you wanted to see on this thing
Warp drive active.
that I might be able to show off?
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Yes. I'm
Warp
assuming
drive
that
active.
once I have all the application skills, and I mean, even on my main character, I'm still missing quite a few of the, like, precision guidance, target navigations, missile bombardments, projection, propulsion.
Destination docking request accepted.
I'm pretty sure once I have all those, it'll be quite powerful.
Warp drive active. Destination docking request accepted.
Yeah, you know it. It's a long, long journey to get all those skills. Okay, so Let me drag these guys out to perimeter.
Undocking.
I mean, even if I got 454 on all of my skills for the
Autopilot engaged.
missiles, I think it would perform quite
Autopilot
valiantly.
engaged. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Destination reached. Destination reached.
Hey, let's do a large waste seeker.
Warp drive active.
You want for a large waste seeker? Ah, there's people running it. I should probably just leave this. I don't really want to steal his stuff.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, look at that bug. Netties really would make industry a lot better by adding ammo. And it would pretty easily nerf the rapid missiles. And snub-nosed railguns. And autocannons. I do have to kind of micromanage. What's going on here?
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
The nice thing about being at 100 kilometers is you're not affected by these guidance disruptors. They just don't apply any debuffs to you at that range. Nice. Very nice. You running over in your Cyan, I'm guessing? Yeah, yesterday we ran a waste seeker and got, where is it? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Got one of these. Yeah, those are nice to see. I have no idea what they're actually used for, but that's a good amount of ISK to sit on.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, yeah, really. 500 million is a lot. Yeah, we were also, when we went into that waste seeker, there's a guy that died. Poor fellow was in a destroyer, and he died with, like, a bunch of level 3 stuff.
Enemy
So
ships
I sent him
detected.
his stuff back and a little bit extra from that
We're under
so he can
attack.
get back on his feet.
We're under attack.
I think all in all it was about 10 million ISK that went to him to get him back on his feet from all those modules and the PI that he dropped. Yeah, I'm glad he came back on and was able to see my contract and accept it. Yeah, probably. They said, "Oh yeah, go do it. It's easy." He walked in and got absolutely smashed. I showed up long after he had died, unfortunately, because I would have messaged him saying that I'll get his stuff. Alright. Yeah, I don't have any sentries on here, so I don't really know how they're actually going out there and hitting him. Yeah, this is, pretty calm for a lab.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I think the, 180-ish range really does help it.
We're being warp scrambled.
Did one actually get close enough to me? Ah, the sounds of modules activating over and over again. Did I need both labs? Did I not grab one? Oh, that one's in an RO. I don't want that.
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot engaged.
Yeah, overall, I'm happy with the performance of the Anubis. I did not expect it to be
Warp drive active.
as competitive as it is with the Raven Navy. Especially since I know it was really meant for PvP.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking request accepted. Destinate docking request accepted. Destinate docking request accepted.
Right, so I did do a little bit of testing with the Azazel, but I need way more laser skills if I'm gonna make it worth my time. I'm also gonna need 2 more of these pulse crystal things.
Undocking. Undocking. Undocking.
Yep, I have the max basic skills I need. However, when it comes to the lasers themselves, well, I'm at 4, 3, so it's got a while. And then I'll have to look at some of the gunnery skills. But to give an idea of what we're looking at, with the skills that I've got, and that implant, that's what these things are looking at, kind of base for high-sec missions. Completely unorthodox for this thing. It really is a PvP ship. But it's interesting to look at.
Docking request accepted. Docking request accepted. Docking request accepted.
See what the market is on these now. Has the Cobra come down? Nope. They're still pretty high priced. The Anubis came down a bit. There's one on the market for 10 million. 10 billion. Oh, and the Annihilator came down quite a bit. I guess people are just looking to try to sell them, no matter what. Alrighty, well, that's pretty much all I've got for today. Um, I spent a lot of time just going back and forth between what fits I want to try on the Anubis, and I think I'm pretty well settled on what I want and what I have. So, I'm gonna get going, and we will probably be back sometime later this week. I don't think I'll stream until maybe Friday. But until then, take care and be safe.